Hello, my name is Beatriz Pimenta. I speak directly from Brazil, and my academic background includes a master's degree in neuroscience, postgraduate in dance therapy, and also relational psychometry study. I currently work with research, scientific, and clinical care with children, adults, and elderly. It's an honor to participate in the event Neuroscience Meets Dance in Therapy, Neuroscience, Dance, the Arts in Therapy, Translating Research in Practice, provided by EdHill University. Well, the present study was developed in 2023 during my master's degree in partnership with Federal University of Santa Catarina and the Ana Malheiros Neuropsychomotor Development Institute, both in the city of Florianópolis. The study's title, Effects of Neuropsychomotor Intervention with Dance Therapy on Stress Management and its relationship with cortisol and brain-derived neurotrophic factor levels in adults, a randomized pilot clinical study. We know that stress is a psychoneuroimmunological complex that affects individuals physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. In view of the current context, the World Organization considers stress to be a health epidemic of the 21st century. It is a common risk factor for mental disorders affecting more than 90% of the world's population. In context of prolonged or intense stress, characterized as physical stress, the persistence of stressors makes recovery and return to homeostatic balance difficult, leaving traces in the body through both of physical and psychological manifestations. And where does neuroscience fit into all of this? When we perceive an experience as stressful, the brain initiates psychological and behavioral responses, leading to allostasis, which are the mechanisms that guarantee the maintenance of homeostasis, that is a balance and adaptation. Over time, allostatic load can accumulate and elevate exposure to neuroendocrine and immunological stress mediators can have adverse toxic effects on multiple organ systems, including the brain. One of the protagonists in the stress response cycle is the hormone cortisol, a glucocorticoid produced by the adrenal glands. The production of glucocorticoids or disease, such as cortisol in humans and corticosterone in rodents, which are catabolic steroid hormones, is triggered by feedback from the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. Any form of stress, physical or psychological, can become an acute inducer of cortisol concentration. The persistent increase in disease, although essential for the body's response to stressors, can result in damage to cellular metabolism, excitotoxicity, oxidative damage, and cell death when in context of thermal stress. That is why salivary cortisol was one of our biochemical targets in this study, to verify its release and whether that is a connection with the proposed intervention. After the intervention and collection period, descriptive data were tabulated in Microsoft Excel. For data analysis, the Statistical Package for Social Sciences SPSS version 15 was used, and a significance level of 0.05 was adopted for all analyses. The main results show a significant reduction in symptoms related to stress, anxiety, and depression in the dance therapy group after 1 month of intervention, verified through psychometric tests. Unfortunately, there was no significant change in the biochemical data during the study, which is most likely correlated with the short intervention period. In a anthropometric analysis, we saw an alert at the baseline as more than half of the participants present high values for waist-hip ratio and values above the average for PSS10, suggesting a possible correlation that emphasizes the risk factors of stress for development of disease cardiovascular, highlighting the importance of physical activity and exercise for reduction of stress and preventing cardiovascular disease. In general, we conclude that there is no gold standard intervention protocol in dance therapy, but based on the results presented, this study brings new information about emotional management in adults through dance therapy, demonstrating that the therapeutic approach through dance stands out as a valuable and accessible coping strategy. It also promotes a safe, non-judgmental space for creativity, expression, allowing participants to connect with themselves and others in authentic and meaningful ways. This community connection and sense of belonging can promote emotional resilience and strengthen interpersonal bonds, contributing to a greater sense of well-being and quality of life. In summary, although this study confirms the effectiveness of dance therapy in reducing symptoms of stress, depression, and anxiety in adults, it also highlights the complexity of the impact of chronic stress and the need to continue exploring holistic interventions that address both the psychological and as well as physiological stress. To close with a flourish, I would like to share a quote from Rudolf Laban, dancer, choreographer, and dancer theorist, in which he says, "Only when the scientist learns from the artist how to acquire the necessary sensitivity to the meaning of the movement, and when the artist learns from the scientist how to organize his own visionary perception of the inner meaning of movement, will there be conditions for creating a all balanced." So this concludes my speak, and I thank you immensely for your attention and genuine curiosity, and I am available for questions and partnerships. My mail is on the digital poster, and thank you and bye bye.